Well, good morning, everybody. Craig back at you. Hope you're having a wonderful day. Just got out of the gym this morning on my way into work, and I don't know, a little bit, I guess I would say a little bit discouraged in that here in Buffalo, New York, we have a lake effect snow storm warning in effect, and it's just not the news that I wanted to hear. You know, I'm ready for it to be bike season again, as many of you could probably imagine. So the news of snow coming is not, you know, what I was looking forward to, especially when we just had a day where it hit 50 degrees. So it kind of gets you in that mindset, oh yeah, spring's coming, and before you know it, we'll be out there and we'll be riding the bikes. And so now it's like, yeah, we're back into the 20s, and it's supposed to snow all weekend. But anyway, not trying to stay down, discouraged. The warm weather will be here before you know it. So what have I been doing over the winter? A couple things in the mix. I haven't done a lot of videos just because there's really not that much going on. You can't ride. But it doesn't mean that I haven't been active. Doesn't mean that I haven't been busy with some thoughts of doing some things. One of the things that I just did was I bought Am Spyder RTS 2015 Am Spyder RTS. And I know what you're thinking. You're thinking, well, if you've got a Goldwing, why in the world would you want to buy a Am Spyder? Why in the world would you go for that? And then there's nothing wrong with the Am Spyder. It seems to be a great motorcycle. I was able to go down to Greensboro, North Carolina, and got a really, fair deal on buying the bike from a private seller, and brought that back. But I am not giving up my Goldwing. You know, I love that bike. I think I will always have a Goldwing. You know, you never know what the future holds, but my plan is to always have a Goldwing. Even if it gets to the point where you can't do two wheels anymore and I've got to trike it, my plan is to always have a Goldwing. So how did I end up with this Am Spyder? Reason I ended up with the Am Spyder, let me change my story a little bit. I did get the Am Spyder, but really my wife bought the Am Spyder. It was for her, and she decided that's something she wanted to do, and researched it, and she was able to pick up that Spyder, and so now she's getting into riding, which kind of goes back to one of my previous videos where I kind of broached the question of, are you too old to ride a motorcycle? The reason I said that was I didn't start riding till I was 51 years old. I just decided it was a bucket list thing I wanted to do, and took the MSF course, and just been riding ever since then, and just enjoying it. And my wife, I don't know if I was inspiration or she thought I was crazy, but she decided she wanted to take the MSF course, so she did that, and then she got her motorcycle license, and this will be her first year of riding. She decided that she wanted the Am Spyder, so that's what she got. So it's going to be interesting for her. I have not really ridden the bike at all. Again, I went down and took a trailer down, picked it up, brought it back, put it in the garage, so I haven't really ridden it. As the weather gets better, I'll take a look at it, and I'll try to, maybe I'll be able to jump on it. But kind of give you my impressions about the Am Spyder. So a new vehicle in the stable. We have the Am Spyder now. So that's what we've done a little bit. Now, if I get a chance, I'll try to take some pictures of it in the garage and throw it up, just so everyone can see, what it looks like. Looks to be in very good shape. I think the previous owner took very good care of it, immaculate care of this bike. So I think it was a really good price and a really good machine. So I'm happy to get that. The other thing kind of leads me to is I kind of throw out a potpourri of junk. Let's just call this video, it's a potpourri of junk that I'm talking about. Another thing, for those of you that, and I know many people that are watching this video are probably well into motorcycling, but for those of you that are new or thinking about it, let me go back to talking about the Am Spyder and how I acquired that. I acquired that I was on, I think it was SpiderLoversForum.com, and saw the bike, and my wife saw the bike, and it was one of the people that, one of the forum members that were selling their bike. I'll leave that as a little tip. If you're really looking to buy a bike, you really want to check out the forums you know, whether it's a Goldwing forum, whether it's a Spyder lovers forum, whether it's a, you know, Kawasaki Concours forum. Almost for every make-up bike, there's some type of forum that's available that you can go online and you can have a discussion with the people that own that type of bike. And they talk about all types of things. They talk about the bikes, talk about modifications they made to the bike, they talk about how to fix it. And then many of these forums, they have a for sale section. So if someone wants to sell their bike, they put their bike up for sale. I think when you look through these forums, a couple things, you know, you can get a good price. Some people, you know, be perfectly honest, some people overprice their bikes through the roof because they have an emotional attachment to them, and they put all these accessories on them, and they want you to pay for all the accessories. But I think it's a good place to look because you can get a good deal. Some, again, you're not going to get a good deal on everything, but you'll recognize the ones that are really overpriced and the ones that, you know, are really fairly priced. The one thing I like about the forums is usually if someone is taking the time to join a forum, online forum about their motorcycle, it means they're really interested in education and learning about their motorcycle, which hence means a lot of times they do a very good job at keeping up on their motorcycle, making sure the motorcycle's in good running order, making sure that it, you know, it looks good, they take care of it. And then most of the riders are already adding accessories. They're adding, you know, wind deflectors, new seats, whatever it is. They're adding those accessories to those bikes so that when they do go to sell them, you're buying a bike that already has a lot of the upgrades that you would want to do. And you can really save money that way, as opposed to, you know, going somewhere else and maybe buying a bike and not knowing what you're getting. Even sometimes at the dealership, you buy a used bike, you don't know how well that person that traded that bike in took care of that bike. I will say, again, there's always exceptions to the rules, but if you go online to these forums and you go on and you have conversations with the owners of these bikes that are trying to sell them, usually they're pretty good at taking care of the bikes, and you can get a good deal and you can really get a good bike. So just a little tip. So that was one of the things that happened over the winter. Second thing in my potpourri of junk that I'm talking about today, interested in a trailer. So I've got my eye on a Bushtec trailer. I don't think I'm going to be one of these people, and if I get the right trailer, I don't think I'm going to be one of these people that's going to tow my trailer everywhere, but I do think there could be some advantage in having a motorcycle tow behind trailer. When I say trailer, not the trailer to carry your motorcycle in, but you know, the little tiny trailers, tow behind trailers that you hook to your motorcycle. So when I go on overnight trips, I'm thinking it might be nice to have a little trailer. So I'm looking at Bushtecs, and so I've done a little bit of preliminary research, and it seems to be a really good brand. There's a lot of brands out there, but it seems like Bushtec seems to be a really good brand. And again, under that same philosophy of going online and looking at the forums and seeing what guys have for sale, you can get some really good deals on guys that are selling their trailers. So looking at that right now, the question that I have, or I guess a thought that I have, is I reached out to Bushtec because naturally, to put a Bushtec trailer on my bike, I'm going to need a hitch and I'm going to need the wiring. Now, I am not mechanically inclined whatsoever. I'm not doing it. I'm not that guy. You know, I'm the guy that calls the guy to get stuff done. I'm not the guy that does the stuff. So I know that about me, good, bad, whatever. I don't care how easy it is. I'm the guy that's paying the guy to get stuff done. So I got to get a hitch put on the bike, and I reached out to Bushtec because normally they're at Wingding, and they're at and sometimes they're at Americade. So there's certain rallies they show up at. So I reached out to them saying, hey, do you plan on being at any of these rallies? They said, we don't right now have plans to be there. So again, I'm recording this in February of 2020. So if, you know, later on in the year, if you watch this video and all of a sudden Bushtec was at Wingding, or they're at Americade or whatever, I'm just telling you what they told me, that they don't think that they'll be at these events. So that leads to me, how am I going to get this hitch installed? So I got a Goldwing. I'm thinking about taking a road trip. Going down to their factory, seeing what that's about, having them install the hitch. Could I just have them send the hitch to me and put it on? Probably. I don't think it's that difficult, but it gives me a reason to go somewhere on the bike. So that's what I'm looking at doing. Hopefully in the next month or two, it warms up a little bit, you know, getting the hitch put on the bike. So a few things going on over the winter. Again, new Can-Am RTS that the wife has. That's sitting in the garage. Hopefully, and I'll keep you guys in the loop as far as trailer. Maybe Bushtec trailer. We'll see how that goes. But definitely do some videos on that if I get it done. And naturally, if I do finalize the Bushtec trailer, then maybe a trip down to Bushtec and have them install a hitch on. Nice reason for a road trip. Any of this, you don't think about any, just need any reason for a road trip, but it could be a good reason for a road trip. So, alrighty, well, that's all I have. Like I always say, you know, get out, enjoy yourself, do what you like to do. If you are in a position where you can ride your bike, you can get out right now in warm weather, please do so. Up here in the Northeast, we're still waiting, but it'll be here before we know it. So, again, have a wonderful day, a blessed day, and we'll talk to you soon. Take care.